In this video, you will be shown how to create a weathered look on an urban loader, painted and lacquered with Cobra motor paints. Begin by depositing small amounts of Oilbrusher colors white, ammo yellow, olive green, dark brown, and finally dark blue. With a brush dipped in enamel odorless thinner, blend the dots with up and down movements. Apply this process on all the vertical parts of the model. Let it dry for 4 hours and start with the washes. For this task, use the product Dark Wash. Repeat the same process on the wheels. With a remover sponge, remove little by little the excess wash. The next step is to make chipping with a brush, using the Atom acrylic paint color Chipping. It is important to study the movement of the machinery to accumulate these effects in the areas of greatest wear. In this process, you must be patient and try not to overdo the chipping. To obtain greater variety, also use the sponge technique. You must work with light touches so that the chips are not too big and fit the scale. Continuing with the sponge, you can also simulate scratches and scuffs with the Atom colors matte white and yellow. Moisten the sponge with a small amount of the paint and drag it in the direction in which you want to create the effect. Do the same thing again, but this time with the color Chipping. With white and yellow, you can lighten the outline of some of the chipping to create volume. For the effects on the bucket, begin by airbrushing heavy chipping effects. Cover the previous layer with the color Dust. With a brush dampened with water, simply rub the paint to create chipping. Also create this effect on the sides of the bucket. To add shadows and increase the dirt effects, use the shader color Grime. Apply it in small quantities in the areas most exposed to the accumulation of dirt and grease. You can use masking tape or a simple piece of paper to cover parts that you don't want to stain. After applying a thin coat of Satin Lucky varnish, draw some drips and streaking with Oilbrusher Dark Brown. Deposit the effect around the shafts that join the moving parts, as they are always greased. In some areas, you can draw the stain directly with Oilbrusher. With a brush dipped in enamel odorless thinner, blend the Oilbrusher and drag it. In the lower area of the excavator and the engine, add a greater accumulation of these effects. The Nature Effects color North Africa Dust is used to simulate the accumulation of dust. Before it dries, blend the product with a brush and enamel odorless thinner. Now it is time for the pigments Europe Earth and Dark Earth. Alternate the two randomly, working on all surfaces. Fix the pigment accumulations with enamel odorless thinner. After a couple of hours, you can remove the excess with a sponge. To finish with the pigments, apply polished metal. Use the brushes from the rubber brush set to rub the pigment on the edges and areas of the bucket that must be polished. Finally, imitate the most intense grease effects, which will have a shiny finish, using fresh engine oil. Apply it by making splashes with the toothpick and a brush. You can find the model and all of the products you have seen in this video on our website, www.ammo.es. Discover many more videos on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications. Thank you for watching.